Welcome to EJH British Cars. So I decided to go through and clean up the heater and flush it out, paint it up, get it ready to go back up underneath the dash cowling in the car so we can put the windshield back on and all that good stuff. So let's get started. This is the heater unit. I'm getting ready to take this bracket out. I'm going to take it all apart and clean it up and flush it out. So these are the water inlet and outlet, the connection for the heater fan. This mounting bolt goes through the firewall, comes out just above the battery. So we're standing on the engine side looking back towards the passenger compartment. And then these two go on the brackets that are on the bottom of the dashboard, so they mount to the bottom of the fascia of the dashboard to the bulkhead. They're black, about a wide, 1.5 inches. So this is a pretty simple unit. This is the connection for the demisting hoses that will just go up, and the demisting are up on the dashboard behind the windshield, obviously, just in front of the crash pad where the bonnet vent knob is. So here are the components and the way they came apart. We took these clips off that were here, and that released the bottom, at which point we could see the fan. Now the fan has 3 small screws that go through these 3 smaller holes in the top, but they're threaded into this connector, and then they're lock nutted on this side. So you got to take the lock nuts off, and then you can take 2 of the screws out, but the third one is underneath the cross brace. So the cross brace has 3 mounting points. That's the shiny bits of the threads, and they went, you access them through the bottom. So those are 7/16, and I think these were 11/32. Once this came off the top, you get all those bolts out, and then this was loose to come off. Now I didn't want to cut these wires up, so I haven't done that yet. I'm not quite sure. I'll probably wind up having to. I just have to put new ends on. They're probably corroded anyway, but they just go through that grommet. And then there's the heater core. Now one thing, that once you've got this removed from the braces, you cannot pressurize this because it will grow. You don't want to do that. So normally it's only 12 pounds, and if you hook a hose up to that, a hose is up to 80 psi. You can really ruin a good heater that way. So the other thing I've been trying to do, I get that to stay still, is trying to get this fan off, and you can see there's a sort of a collet thing here, and that nut came off easy enough, but the shaft is stuck onto the motor shaft. And I tried, these are door panel removers, but they fit in there pretty good. So I've got that soaking in PT Blaster for now. And then the defroster tin goes in that square right there. It just lifts out of there. So I'm going to clean everything. I want to paint everything. And I'll probably cut that big end off of there so I can get this motor out of here. Clean this up. I want to rinse it out. So I'll probably try just running some water through it, not pressurized, to see what comes through. But it feels pretty heavy. I'm thinking that it's probably pretty well silted up, and it's been dry for 30 years, so I may have to let it soak for a couple of days to get the mud to loosen up. Anyway, I'll get busy with the wire brush. It's kind of cute. This is the way you turn the heat on. Crack the door open. Very low tech. It also has a tap on the motor side to turn the water on and off. So you have to get out of the car, open the bonnet to turn the heat on. Anyway, I'll get busy. And here it is, all finished up. Cleaned and painted, nice new grommet. Oiled the motor and put everything back together. I think before I put it up underneath the dash, I'll get the hoses installed. And this is just a circular thing, so it doesn't really seem to be a specific in or out. It doesn't really seem to make any difference. You're either going to circulate clockwise or counterclockwise. And I may put the flex tubes on there too easy. That's all easy to do right here, but working upside down underneath the dashboard, standing on your head, things get a little more difficult. This is the bottom. Get it all cleaned up, and that's how it operates. You just open one side or the other, or both. This is the defroster. Came out pretty good. So I was never able to get that fan off. I suppose I could have if I really needed to, but I just, using a long extension, I took the bolts off, or the nuts off of the various bolts that hold the motor in and the top on. And then to reassemble them, just to use an old mechanics trick, I took my socket and I just took a couple of pieces of plastic out of one of the bag of parts that came, and put that over the socket and pushed the nuts in, and that held it, and then I could just lower them in and tighten them up. Works really nicely. The other thing you want to do is, after you get it in, you want to make sure your flame blades are all even, because it's really easy. You know, you set this down and it sits on the motor fan right before you assemble it again. So just make sure that they're all an even distance from the bottom plate of the heater core. And this one, it's probably because the bushing is warm, but there's, I don't know, 3/16 of an up and down plate, to make sure that, you know, that no matter which position it's in, it's not dragging against the body. I cut this end off, and then because this wire was soldered in, put it in the vise like that, and just took a scratch awl and a light hammer and tapped it down and opened this end up. And then I retinned the wire, put it back in, crimped it in a little bit, of course put some flux in, soldered it back in, and then snugged it up again with the pliers. So that's the original end put back on, and I lost maybe a 1/4 inch of wire when there seems to be plenty on this. So I think what I'm going to wind up doing is put this is the orientation that goes in the car, right? So this is the firewall on this side, this is the cockpit. Well, the two braces that these two mount to, they bolt up to the bulkhead, so I think that's where I'll put this, because otherwise if I go onto any of these connections, it's through metal through a connection, through metal through a connection, add on. So the closer you can get to be into the main body tub, the better off you are. And then of course this just plugs into the on-off switch. Well, here it is, ready to go in. One more thing I did do, I did take some Permatex and seal the gap between this and this aluminum housing. Here are the new demister tubes. Got these on. These are nice because they got a full 90 molded in, because this is, I mean, the top of the over bulkhead's right there. So go ahead and put it in the car. Now, my thought is I'm going to put it in and catch this bolt, which goes through that hole just over the battery tray, the smaller hole. And I've put this cross brace in. I left the other one out so I can lift it up and then slide it over that little bit so it won't fight me. So that's the plan. As we all know how plans go. Oh, and I've got these hoses on and clamped. I didn't bother with these ones because they go on fairly easily, so I'm just going to wait on that. I had to take that cross brace back out. There definitely was not enough room to do that. This is a really tight fit. So I wanted, there's inside of this vent, and there's a tray, and the tray has a fitting for a pipe, a rubber hose, 3/8. That had to go on first because you would never get it in with this heater in place. I can't even see it to show you it. That's the end of the rubber line coming down though. I had to lift it up there. The inlet and exhaust water is here, and it's up behind that shelf. I don't know how well you can see that under there, but that's where it is. And then I lifted it in, and I got that one nut on there for now. I also put a gasket underneath that washer just to make sure it's watertight. So I'm going to fit this brace back up here. It goes from that bracket under. This is the mount for the heater, and it goes on top of the ledge on the back of this with 2 through screws from the bottom. Well, we got it all in. There's the hose connection, goes up. Here's the defroster connections on both sides. I fed that through the steering wheel brace. This seemed to be the best way, and then up over the top of the heater. And I got my front bolt in here with a gasket under the washer right there. And that should be it. Just a quick note, I found that these PVC cutters are perfect for cutting this tubing. There's my end that cut, and there's the end they sent me, so it's even cleaner than the one they sent. So that was just, I use these all the time for cutting rubber hoses, you know, like radiator hoses and the like, because they're really nice for that. But this was perfect. Well, I hope you enjoyed all that. I tell you that it's mostly just cleaning and stuff. There's nothing very technical in it, but boy, it sure is tough, even with this car as open as it is, to get under the dashboard and snaked all around. I think it's got a, you know, off-the-shelf heater that they figured they had enough room for. I don't think any of it was particularly designed for this car, but it fits okay. Hopefully it'll work well. And I did test the motor before I put all it back up, and the motor was spinning. So don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment, and we'll see you next time.